what's happening with the Ummah. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sheds light to this concept of asabiyya and nationalism at the end of the ayah, and how beautiful and how appropriate. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Cling, hold fast unto the rope of Allah. And indeed, صدق رسول الله عندما قال فإن تمسكتم بكتاب الله وسنتي فلن تضلوا أبدا. Only if you hold fast to the book of Allah and my practice, my sunnah, you will never go astray. Never, ever. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is again reminding, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ. Now recall, when this ayah revealed in Medina in the 3rd year after Hijrah, the address was, of course, to the immediate companions and the believers. And Allah is reminding them of the days of Jahiliyyah and Asabiyyah. He says, وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ. Remember the bounty that Allah bestowed upon you. إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ. You were enemies to one another. You used to kill each other. فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought your hearts together. فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ إِخْوَانًا. Again, due to the bounty and favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His grace and fadl, you became brothers to one another. إِخْوَانًا. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains and reminds them, وَكُنْتُمْ عَلَى شَفَى حُفْرَةٍ مِّنَ النَّارِ. You were on the brink of the pit of the hellfire. فَأَنْقَذَكُمْ مِنْهَا. He saved you from falling in the hellfire. فَأَنْقَذَكُمْ مِنْهَا. كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ آيَاتِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. In this way, Allah shows you, explains to you, guides you, gives you these ayat so you may be guided, gives you this example so you, أيها المسلمون, أيها المؤمنون, pay attention. Division, nationalism will take you to the hellfire. Fighting with one another, Muslim against another Muslim, on the basis of asabiyya and qawmiyya, will take you to the hellfire. I'm not saying this. Allah is saying that. Who's in the background here? The 2 tribes of Aus and Khazraj in Medina. They used to be enemies to one another on the basis of tribalism. My tribe is superior to your tribe. No, my tribe is more superior. And they used to have tribal wars. And those of you who studied the history of the Jahiliyyah, you know the rage they used to have against each other for this nationalism and asabiyya. Asabiyya, tribalism. Today we say nationalism. Well, we've evolved. We've now advanced. We don't use the word tribalism now. We use nationalism. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ آيَاتِهِ. In this way Allah explains His ayat to you. Can't you see? Are you deaf, dumb, blind? It happened in the course of our history. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved them because they realized that the only way out is to hold fast onto the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is to obey Allah, is to obey His Messenger, is to submit totally to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do as you have been commanded. And do as you have been commanded, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the 3rd point is commanding, وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. Allah wants from all of you, أيها المسلمون, a group, a jama'ah, to rise, to take up this ideological fight with the kuffar, with the enemies of Allah, with the enemies of Islam through da'wah. وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ, call to that which is good. وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ, ordain what is good. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded in the Quran is good, and forbid evil. Inshallah, this will be the talk of my next sermon. So, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Cling unto the rope of Allah, all of you, and don't divide. Take pride in your deen. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Who is better in speech than someone who calls to Allah? He acts on what he's preaching, and he's proud of who he or she is. I am a Muslim, not an Arab, not Pakistani, not Indian, not Masri, not Iraqi. And this is the disease of the Ummah. This is absolutely the disease of the Ummah, and that disease has traveled all the way from the east to the west. What do I mean by that? Look at the masajid we have today here in our towns. This masjid is Egyptian. This masjid is Pakistani. This masjid is Hindi. This masjid is Iraqi. We have exported this concept to this land, and our enemies are rejoicing. Keep them divided. Keep them divided. We can correct. There is cure to that disease. The cure is the Book of Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us cling unto the Book of Allah. Allahumma ameen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات فاستغفروه.